What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. We got a good show for y'all as usual. Talking about these Ravens. We probably gonna get into some college football. Talk about a little bit of boxing. But first I want to get into the Ravens though, because the title is Ravens look like they could be a team destined for the Super Bowl. So we're gonna start off.
I don't want to be. I don't want to.
You don't want to start off with it?
No, don't jinx me.
All right.
But yeah.
What you think about that title?
So ask man how he feels about it. Ask man how he feels about it.
Right.
Second and foremost, they play the AFC North. Okay. So regardless of what you say, they beat the team they're supposed to be.
Right.
Okay. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. They beat the team they're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? When you lose to Pittsburgh, you can't avoid yourself.
Yeah. But look, Pittsburgh and the AFC North, all four of those teams play each other tough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like even today,
Exactly.
like today, the Ravens gonna play. They're gonna play Cleveland. Cleveland is on what? Cleveland 5-3. Ravens 7-2. Right. That's what I'm saying. So that will be, even though it's the Cleveland Browns, for the Ravens, you know what I mean? They still got to prepare like it's just like that they playing against Kansas City or somebody tough. Because all those teams they just beat up on each other in that AFC.
Yeah.
Right. And then too, I see the Ravens beat a quality team that has an explosive offense. Like, let's say, for instance,
Kansas City,
Miami, you know what I'm saying? Buffalo. You still got teams out there that sit for high power offense.
Yeah.
So the Ravens are doing exactly what the Ravens are supposed to be doing right now. They're supposed to be beating the team they're supposed to win.
Yeah. All those three teams that you just mentioned, though, I can see the Ravens beat all three of those. Because Miami, they got an offense. Their defense suspect. Kansas City, their offense this year has been like, because of their receivers, they have been no consistency. And Buffalo to me don't even look like they legit. They seem like they
Suspect.
Yeah, they suspect too.
But I can understand that. But when you lose to a team like Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
your credibility's gone. You know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh has nothing, but yet you lose to them.
It's a lot of hanging.
You know what I'm saying? Huh?
It's a lot of hanging.
Just tell
Yeah.
if you want knowing that, the Ravens the best team in the AFC, you got to come with some facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to do that.
So let's go to the NFC.
Yeah.
You go to the NFC.
All right.
Well, wait a minute, though. I want your opinion though on the Ravens though. Do you think it's legit to think that the Ravens could make it to the Super Bowl?
Absolutely. I don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
We just show up and do what we gotta do. So we ain't gonna jinx my team, but yeah, I'm confident.
And what is that y'all got to do?
Win.
So why don't y'all win against Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh was a better team.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying.
They didn't give it
I
time.
don't want to pay who was the better team.
Better team that day. They were a better team that day.
Exactly.
Better team. Look, we got one more chance at Pittsburgh. All right. We got one more chance. But for right now it's Cleveland Browns. You know what I'm saying? So like we in the driver's seat as long as we stick to the game plan.
I mean, everybody can pop pump because the Ravens beat Seattle.
Who's everybody?
Yeah.
The people that stand the Ravens won the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Well, all right.
I mean,
The reason why
you don't want
I
to see
wasn't pumped.
I'm pumped. I'm telling you, I'm pumped. And the reason why I'm pumped is because I see something different in the Ravens defense this year. Like their
Getting
defense,
back.
they really not only they pressure the quarterback, and that's allowing their cornerbacks to make plays down the field. So that right there. Since I don't know who you think makes the difference on the Ravens defensive line, is it Clowney or?
I mean, to me, it's an array of players. It's not just what I mean. And it's different players show up in different games. So for me, it's both sides of the ball.
Hold up. You guys are talking one game.
No, Detroit.
Beat Detroit.
But we beat Detroit. You use terminology of bailing. It's win or lose.
Okay, what you did the week before that? You lost.
Right.
Okay.
So we're not going to use bailing.
Come on, that's what y'all
I'm just saying. But okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
But now it's annoying y'all.
No, we ain't annoying And see, not enough. We're not doing. See, there you go.
Talk football.
Right, and we talking football.
Right.
Look, from what I see on both sides of the ball, we're working together as a unit.
Right, but your defense isn't better than KC's. Your offense is not better than KC's.
You don't think our defense is better than Kansas City?
Right. I think so. I don't know. I mean, I'm not expecting him. But here we go.
I mean, y'all make me tired of the record. But who has the most explosive team?
Like this year, Kansas City offense, because of their wide receivers, they like inconsistent.
And so is the Ravens defense.
You know,
Lately, y'all have played two teams. One
I
team
think,
is one team.
I think man mixed up. I don't think yeah. I don't have to. They're showing that they
What are they showing? Tell me what they show. Convince the audience what they show.
The last, not just the last two games, I've seen.
Well, it's improving. We have been improving.
Now,
we have been improving.
I need that.
We have been
All right,
improving.
check this out. There's three phases to football. You got offense, defense, special teams.
Yes.
Exactly.
So all right, so every game the offense not gonna show up, but if you can get 2 out of the 3 phases, then you stand a good chance. Do you agree with that? 2 out of 3 phases, you get a good chance of winning that game.
You do.
And
And right now, to me, I think it's 4 phases: offense, defense, special team, and coaching.
okay, yeah, I know with that.
All right. Now I'm a Cowboy fan. You know the trouble I'm going through with coaching.
Here we
You know
go.
what I'm saying? But I'm trouble with coaching right now. But okay, so yes, you guys are improving. I'll give you that. Yes, you guys are looking better. I'll give you that. But to anoint you guys as these
See, here we go. Who said we was anointed?
Oh, is that your team?
I think we definitely.
I mean, why wouldn't I, you know what I'm saying? I'm approving that message.
Because we are a sports talk program.
I got it, but I'm just saying, I'm not going to sit over here and say it's a bum team.
If you're not biased and prepared,
No, I'm just saying, like, from what I'm seeing, we're an improvement. We're getting there. We're making adjustments, right? I'm not anticipating too much or nothing. I just want to stay on a steady path of consistency. Because in the past, we lacked consistency. So now we're showing that we're trying to be consistent, unlike some other teams.
All right,
But
my fault.
no, you good. Go ahead.
So look, all right. So since you say all right. So what do you think about our coaching? You think we lacking then as far as like coaching?
They're not even answering.
Y'all gonna say what Harbaugh
Dance around the question. I know. Yeah, absolutely.
So all right. So that means you give us credit. So in all 4 phases of the game, we already had a good coach. Offense, I think.
Well, no. The offense coordinator to me started really slow. Okay, because the beginning Ravens offense was trash.
Yeah.
Okay, so
why they had to be trash?
because y'all lost the game, y'all lost 2 games.
Okay,
We
but
lost to Pittsburgh. Who was the other team?
Colts.
And the Colts. Yeah.
Colts, right.
Yeah. The Colts a solid team though as far as their defense.
Well, see, and here's another thing that we did not.
Colts defense is solid.
This is the thing we didn't touch. You can't count for turnovers, right? You can't account for mistakes in the game, right? The games that we lost, we made mistakes in the game. And I mean, but that's what I'm saying. But I mean, as you see from the mistakes, we have changed and made adjustments, right? Can we all agree on that? Okay.
I'm saying that y'all didn't make adjustments. What I'm saying to you is it's early to anoint y'all the Super Bowl favorites. And the reasons being is because you guys haven't shown enough consistency to even
A lot of hate over there,
top
man.
3
A lot
teams.
of hate over there, man. A lot of hate.
All right. What do you
You
think?
got Mario, what, 2 weeks ago, threw right 100 yards or something like that.
All right. Is our offense benefit? Do you think our offense is benefit from having a better defense, a better defense?
Let me tell you what I think it is. I think your defense is going to be your defense. I think the young boy Flowers is the one that's changing the perception of y'all offense. Okay? Because it ain't y'all $18 million Odell Beckham.
What about
He
Andrew?
got one
What about
catch.
Andrew? What about Andrew?
Andrew, you
Consistent.
ain't consistent in what?
Well,
You got the guy, the undrafted dude that did what Andrew did last week.
yeah.
Come on now.
Well, that might have been a matchup, or it might be
Exactly.
whatever opportunities present itself. All right. So if you got different players,
Right.
That's exactly what I'm
Zay
saying.
Flowers, he beating his matchup a lot of the time.
Exactly.
Separation.
Yeah, he gets separation. That's his
Andrew
job.
creates separation.
Yeah, Zay Flowers, his job is to get separation.
So
Andrew's job is for him to find like the weak spots or the soft spots in the
he
defense
find
and make himself available to Lamar. Then you got the running back. The running back, they doing their thing because you gotta respect that play action. So I think everything's coming into like form.
Yeah, but we talking about look at the other guys that's playing on your teams. On the team.
Yeah.
You got the highest paid wide receiver on your team. Odell Beckham gets his first touchdown last week and celebrated like it was a Super Bowl.
I appreciate that dance, Odell. Not the
cha
structure. Yeah, the front height structure. I appreciate that. So, Cam Thomas from Baltimore.
But you know what you would appreciate more? If he stayed on the field more often to make catches.
Yeah.
Make it first time.
Boy,
You appreciate that more.
a lot of hate over there.
That's what I'm saying. You got guys that you
cut it with a knife.
for that's pushing the Ravens forward.
Yeah.
That man Flowers right now is pushing the Ravens forward.
I
Now,
like
Cleveland's not gonna let him be open like he was open against Seattle. Not gonna let him.
it. Ain't up to Cleveland. It's
Cleveland.
a flat.
You double team Flowers the game.
Exactly. I like that. Sorry.
And then
Double team.
and then we still got Bateman.
That's
You got
Bateman.
Who?
Bateman.
Who's that?
All right.
Who's that? We get one catch a game.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So when you look at the defense, their matchup is supposed to not allow us to get separation. So each team is coming with a different, you know what I mean? And they're preparing the game to play us a certain way.
Yeah.
So each week is like I said,
I'm gonna tell you what Cleveland will do against you. They're gonna single up on Bateman. They're gonna single up on Odell, and they're gonna double team or zone up Flowers.
All right. If they do that, then that's when the running game and that's when Lamar kicking with his thing. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, all right,
they can do that.
yeah, they can do that. All right.
Oh, we still got separation.
But the problem with that is Cleveland front four is a fucking beast.
Okay.
And Lamar is a beast himself.
Right.
Oh, what?
A beast.
Hey, what?
And Lamar will be able to get around.
Lamar can't get around Indianapolis front four. Lamar doesn't do that anymore.
No,
That's
he
how
do. All right.
Lamar.
I'm telling you why Lamar ain't do that. Because that's when you watch and see who wasn't getting no separation.
Right.
They wasn't making it separation. And all you have
You have to have separation.
Look, if all you have to do is key in on Lamar, then then Lamar will have a long day.
A long day.
But if you got to account for Zay Flowers, and you got to account for Al tight end, and you got to account for the
You got to take what the defense gives.
Listen.
You got to
I
take
don't
what
know y'all know defense. But there's also 11 guys on the defense. Okay? And your wide receivers count as 4. Right. And if you got 2 of them, okay, they can be single coverage. And you ain't worried about them, what did that leave the other D-backs to do? And you still got 4 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers, okay? That Cleveland defensive line is no holes, okay? So it ain't gonna be the
I'm not disagreeing that. Like, and we prepared for that. We will be prepared for it. But like I said, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what you broke the scenario down, right? So yeah, we gonna come out today, and I'm anticipating a victory. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I'm looking at it.
I think Odell Beckham, even though he's 63 years old, I think Odell Beckham sees single team in him as an insult.
True.
So at this stage, even though he don't have the speed, man, I think Odell Beckham, you're not gonna be able to single team Odell Beckham.
And be all back for a whole game. Let him do one juke move, and he's out the game because he just tore our hands. Yeah, Odell Beckham is not a threat.
I look at Odell more like a diversion.
Thank you. All right, he's a diversion. He's not.
No.
Well, all right, it still comes down to what you said though, because if he's a diversion and he only taking away one man out of the play, you know what I mean? That's not really a diversion. We only
Because
one dude out.
Well, no, I'm
falls
not saying
under
it's a
the scheme,
diversion for
right?
Cleveland.
It falls under a scheme.
I'm talking about the diversion for the Ravens.
Right.
If the Ravens just keep sending him deep,
Right.
keep
That's
sending
the
him deep, keep
diversion.
sending him deep.
Right.
You're taking that
Still
one
got
guy that he has on him deep, and then you running that side. Because there's one less person to that side. But on Corey's account, I think the Ravens will win. I'll tell you why. Because Cleveland offense and Deshaun Watson sucking ass.
Yeah.
Okay? Deshaun Watson doesn't have it in his ability anymore to beat a top team. He's done. In my opinion.
So what do you think it is? Do you think it's physical with Deshaun Watson, or you think it's mental?
I think, yeah,
I think it's both. Because he's been out the game for a while, so still he got to get acclimated into it, and he got to get a chemistry with his wide receivers too. So yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? This season for him. Not to say he
You
can't.
think he's done? I don't think Deshaun.
I
I don't think he's done. I think he needs a little bit more
And
time
I'm
to
gonna
get.
tell you this: if he didn't have that big contract, I think Cleveland would get rid of him.
I would agree with that.
But he can't.
Right.
All right, I'm glad he got that big contract because I think he need more time.
He did.
Because Cleveland is the kind of organization like they're unstable anyway. So if Cleveland was to get rid of Deshaun Watson, you know what I mean? Like look how many coaches Cleveland had in the last.
Look how many quarterbacks they
And
had.
quarterback, yeah, they're an unstable organization. So if they make it,
No. Let's go back to that conversation because first of all, they only had two quarterbacks, Mayfield and Wichita.
and both of them gone.
No, they only had Mayfield, and after they got rid of Mayfield, they got Deshaun. You know?
No, the other boy
Before
before
they
him.
hit,
They drafted Mayfield.
No.
Right.
But
Before they had Mayfield.
no. It was what was that?
Mayfield was there for 5 years.
Yeah, they drafted Mayfield.
I don't remember
Yeah.
being in five.
Dude, y'all remember when they had Beckham there?
Yeah, right.
Hugh, who was the coach there? Hugh,
I can't remember.
ball head
But
black.
Cleveland, that quarterback position has been stable. The thing that fucks Cleveland up is they Cleveland. That's the thing that fucks them up.
Yeah, that organization.
That organization is a big win.
Yeah.
But they had talent.
Yeah.
That Cleveland team has had talent.
I can agree with that.
They had Chubbs. That Cleveland team had talent.
Right.
It's just the fact that
They haven't had the quarterback though that can. The only piece they was missing though was like that quarterback that could get them over. But Baker Mayfield wasn't it. When he was there, he wasn't. They had talent around Mayfield.
right, and they were winning.
Yeah, and they had the defense.
Right, and they were winning. They just didn't win the big ones, but they were winning. It's just the crazy part about it is just that they and a lot of other teams they look good as shit on paper. And then when it comes down to execute, it just wasn't executed.
Yeah, I think because Baker
Oh
Mayfield.
yeah, they had Tyrod Taylor there. RG3 was in 2016.
Yeah.
And that RG3 was Mayfield, right?
So after RG.
Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod
and
Taylor.
Baker Mayfield, yeah.
Yeah.
But Tyrod was only 1 year.
And Jacob Brissett, 2022.
Well, that's because Watson was officially out. Remember?
Right.
But they had already Watson was on the squad. He
Right.
couldn't play.
Right. Good luck.
Yeah, I just think that I don't know, their organizations like just because they making moves, that's not really like a good sign because that sometimes their judgment be off. Like a lot of people don't think that they should have gave Deshaun Watson the money that they gave him.
Right.
Yeah,
I think they should have given
they
it to him.
just jumped out the window with that.
I don't think they should have given it to him. Nobody else was going to give it to him. They should have just waited it out.
Yeah, they-
Texas knew they had to get rid of him.
They bid it against themselves, and then you know what I mean. Like so, they overpaid.
It was Johnny Manziel.
Johnny
Manziel. Yeah.
Johnny Manziel.
Manziel. Yeah.
But Manziel been out the league for
man.
anyway. Yeah,
He was out
He
of
came in 2011.
Yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah.
He ain't last, I think, 3 seasons, something like that.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, I think the Ravens though. I put the Ravens up against anybody in the league. I think they can hang with San Fran. I think they can hang
He
with.
played tight with everybody. Ravens.
Because, like I said, on offense, I think they show more balance. And like you said, the key to the thing is like Zay Flowers. And that's why I like Zay Flowers over the dude that we had, Hollywood. Remember Hollywood?
Mhm.
Hollywood, like Zay Flowers is just totally different than Hollywood. Hollywood was good, but against certain matchups, people knew how to, slow it down.
Hollywood didn't want to play that slot position.
I don't think
He
so
wasn't
either.
going in that spot.
I don't think
that was Hollywood's problem. Because he was like, I should be a number one.
Right.
And that was Hollywood's
And,
problem.
right. And I think that was the reason why the Ravens and Hollywood never got really a
But
bond with each other.
Hollywood ain't doing nothing though over there with the Cardinals though, really.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
That's Hollywood's fault though.
Right.
That's Hollywood's fault.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hollywood left. He left, and I don't
He
think
wanted to be
Hollywood.
traded.
And who's the quarterback now that's coming back for the Cardinals now? He's supposed to be coming back. Kyler Murray, right? I don't even think Kyler Murray gonna be able to get Hollywood the ball like the way he wanted. The way he
Yeah, man. That Hollywood thing wasn't good for the Ravens anyway.
yeah.
Because he didn't want to do what the Ravens needed him to do.
Exactly.
I mean, being under 6 foot, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get too many 1 and 2 positions under 6 foot. And the reason being is because most D-backs are 6'1", 6'2". So a jump ball is not gonna be in your favor.
That's it.
But if you in the slot, and this is what a lot of people don't understand, slot receiver is made to hide as well. So when your slot receiver runs behind a 6'2" linebacker and motherfuckers can't see him, he's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They quits, that back is gone. That's what you need for slants and sevens and reroutes and stuff like that. And he ain't gonna play that position.
So do you think he won't play that position though? Because like part of it could have been like he afraid of that middle playing in that middle.
He ain't want that highlight reel.
Yeah. That he did with a highlight reel, and I think it's not the glamour position.
Yeah.
Because in a Ravens offense, them tight ends play that middle. You know what I'm saying? So
He
you're
was
in
dirty.
the middle, you're a third thought. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get that ball. Maybe rarely, but them tight ends of the Ravens gets that ball in the middle. That's that read. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think the Ravens need a certain kind of unselfish wide receiver. You can't be a diva because of how we run first, whether it's Lamar or the running backs. You know what I mean? So if you think you'll be putting up numbers like Terrell Owens or Randy Moss, you're not going to do that in Baltimore.
I don't think any of the Ravens, maybe Flowers this year, going to get over 1,500 yards this year.
Yeah. Right, yeah. So if you think as a wide
Maybe
receiver,
Flowers.
yeah, you're going to put up those kind of numbers with the Ravens then.
Yeah.
That's not the place for you. So you can take a certain kind of wide receiver.
And I think that's what's wrong with Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
I think Odell Beckham picked the Ravens because he saw that Lamar wants to pass now. So he's like, all right, for him as a threat to run, that means as soon as he starts to move, them D-backs going to have to come forward. They come forward, I'm taking off.
Yeah.
Why he couldn't just wanted to come to the Ravens organization because he's looking for a Super Bowl?
Because the way he performed when he got his first touchdown.
Oh.
The way he did the press conference when he got the way he did the press conference.
Yeah.
You know what? That's selfish. Because at that point, it's all about look at me score this touchdown.
Okay.
Instead of look at me get this 3 yards or this 7 yards or this first down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it became all about him getting his first touchdown in 600 something days.
I mean, but to use the Park Heights Shuffle as your first touchdown dance, I think he kind of like he had to practice that.
Yeah.
So I think he knows something. He knew something.
Right.
Right.
But I'm hoping though that like at this point in Odell Beckham's career that he is like wise enough to know that,
Of course.
you know what I mean, that or see the fact that like being a team player is like more beneficial. Things like.
When the older you get, the less you see that. And I'm gonna tell you why, because the older you get, you're looking for the paycheck first.
We gave
And you're looking for the accolades that's gonna get you in the Hall of Fame second. You're not looking for a team atmosphere when you get older and older in the league. You're looking for a stable organization.
Right.
But when you're going into it, my paycheck is first. And how are they gonna get me into the Hall of Fame is always second to mine.
and a Super Bowl.
Well, no, he won a Super Bowl.
Right, but he want to get
He
another
won
one.
a Super Bowl. And if it was a Super Bowl that he was really looking at, Ravens wouldn't have been the first choice that y'all had last year. It'd have been KC. It'd have been Buffalo. It wouldn't have been the Ravens. Because last year it wasn't a great year for the Ravens.
Well, I'm like I said, behind the scenes, he may know something we don't know. You know, maybe he ain't want to.
He's trying to get into the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, true. And another.
So the more touchdowns he gets, the more Super Bowls he gets in the Hall of Fame. People to pay them bills. So the team is going to offer him the most money, like the Ravens did, is where he wants it.
I think though, I think it all comes down though on how many threats Lamar have, the balance and stuff. He got a deep threat. He got a threat at the slot. You know what I mean? And he got the run. The run of the
got main tight end.
Yeah, and I like to, you know, he got threats all across the field, and he learning how to use those
exactly, because it's the first time since we had Lamar that we actually had all these seconds lined up for Lamar.
Well, see, Lamar, are we downgrading who Lamar is?
No, we're not.
We're talking about the former MVP.
Yes.
We're talking about a guy that throws 3,000 yards consistently. We're talking about a guy that runs almost 100 yards a game. Y'all talking about him like he's a rookie coming into the season. No. He should already have these skills.
No, I think he got to learn how to use all
Right. You don't. He should already know how to use them.
But listen,
Tom Brady didn't say, you know what, I got to do wide receiver. We learn how to roll.
No, I'm glad you brought up Tom Brady because, like Tom Brady, even he could never be able to run, but he still had balance.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They had a system.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say. But no one said Tom Brady needs to learn who his wide receivers are.
no. What I'm saying is not. If I want to use it as learn, what I'm saying is because 2 seasons in a row Lamar got hurt, right? So now we are finally now starting to put that behind us. So I think now it's just like he's having the opportunity to be able to utilize the talent that Baltimore, you know, we went out here and got from him.
And I agree. And on paper, Baltimore has the best talent that y'all had
in a
since
minute.
y'all won
In 2012.
No, that 2012 offense.
But yeah,
So was the 2000.
Yeah.
But the first 3 years when y'all first came to the league and y'all had Bennington first,
Yeah.
y'all put up 4,000 yards.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But Lamar has talent around him now that he hasn't had. I definitely.
That's my point.
I agree with that.
So like now he can really he can pick and choose what he want to do instead of him having to have all that pressure on him.
But the problem is, and I would agree with that, but the problem is being that it's not Lamar that's setting him back. It's y'all Bateman that's been there for 4 years that can't get separation. It's Odell Beckham that's been there for a year. You paying $18 million or whatever, and he can't get separation. It's y'all running backs. Y'all running back by committee right now because y'all can't keep a healthy running back. You know what I'm saying? So to me,
we take a time out here.
It's basically a lot of.
We got other topics to talk about. Man, it's feeling. I mean, I get it. Like it's like I feel like I'm getting stabbed in the back. Like he's rooting for us, and then he stabbed us in the back. But I understand. It is. So we got other sports topics we can talk
about.
about.
Like if y'all talk about my Cowboys and Dolphins, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Okay, well go ahead then. Since you went on ahead and touched the waters, what happened with the Dallas Cowboys last week?
We suck. Oh, you on TV. Yeah. We suck very badly in the situation we were in. And
what
it's all
was the
such a
situation?
Oh. I don't think that is the problem though. You think that is? I think.
Okay, again, yes, Dak is the problem.
Yeah.
Taking it from a Cowboys fan. Dak is the problem. Cowboys fans know Dak is the problem. Dak has been the problem we had. Dak cannot win the big game. Dak doesn't have, to me, the mental mindset to win the game we should win. Okay? So with that being said, you can put a slew of people around that, and he will still find a way to lose.
Yeah. What about? Do you think Dak is better than Tony Romo? Was Dak a step up from Tony Romo? You don't think so?
I think Tony Romo was a better quarterback. He just had a good defense.
Yeah.
Dak got a good defense, but Prescott just was not the guy.
So,
and I'm gonna tell you this.
Come in with all of that.
Coaching sucks too.
Yeah.
But the problem with Dak is Dak looked like the first 3 seasons because Zeke looked good his first 3 seasons.
Right.
Yeah.
Those two combined made the Cowboys look extremely good. Dak exposed this year because 120 pounds is not number 2 tackles. Not that big.
Yeah.
Okay. So therefore, if you want him to tackle, he's gonna get 1 yard, maybe lost 1 yard. Now that puts more pressure on Dak to make the right decision throwing the ball. And as we see, when Dak gets that 3rd and long, he's not that guy.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you don't have but you have the type of offense that the Cowboys have, but you don't have a running back that can run between the tackles.
All right. So look, as a coach, though, if you know that that's not his forte, then like should they find ways to keep him out of those positions though, or limit the, you know what I mean, the time he is in that.
They should, but you can't.
That situation.
Yeah, but you can't do it if you don't have the personnel to do it.
Right.
So if you don't have anybody that's going to get you second and 7, second and 6, because that first down in the game 3 or 4 yards, if you don't have that type of back that can do that, or that offensive coordinator that can do that, then you're setting yourself up for 3rd and long.
And that's so you let the defense, the coordinator, you let the defensive coordinator dictate what your offensive coordinator is looking at for like 2nd and 3rd down.
Right.
So like why not like use more screens? You know what I mean?
Because you got to have the personnel to make the screen work.
Yeah.
That's the problem about any offensive play that you call. You don't have the personnel to make it work. Like, prime example, you get Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry run between tackles like it ain't nothing.
Right.
Okay, so you keep him running between tackles, but you don't throw Derrick Henry a screen pass.
You don't need.
Right, you don't need it. That's something that you don't need to do.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard, you throw him a screen pass and let him run.
Right.
Okay, but when you run him between them tackles, he's gonna get grabbed. Somebody's gonna pull him down. That's gonna be it. You gotta work with what you work with in the first down. And the coaching ability of my Cowboys right now sucks ass so much that I'm hoping that somebody say, look, Harbaugh needs to come to the NFL. And Jerry Jones decided like y'all too old for this, y'all can't take it.
Yeah.
And they hired Harbaugh and just
And see, that's what I think y'all problem was that come from the Cowboys. I think it's Jerry Jones more so than anything. Because he as coaches, you know, he always looking over their shoulder, and then he like the coaches that are like yes men.
Mhm.
He got rid of once he got rid of Jimmy Johnson, man.
Cowboy fans are
Jimmy
slick.
Johnson built that Cowboys team.
And they won the Super Bowl even after he left.
Yeah, but it was the same team.
Yeah,
Right? It's the same team.
yeah.
Jimmy Johnson built that Cowboy dynasty in the 90s. And instead of Jerry Jones saying, good job, thank you, he fired him because, like, this is my team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just coach what I do. And that's the crazy part about the owner of the Cowboys.
Yeah. So, all right. So, but before we go, I want to talk about Deion Sanders a little bit.
Mhm.
But before we go to college, to college football, do y'all think you think Miami is for real? They legit? Like, what's the weakness for Miami?
Can't win a big game.
Yeah.
Can't win the big game.
That's it. Can't win a big game.
Yeah.
We can beat the team that we're supposed to beat, but then when it comes to these teams with big names, big players, and big time organizations, we can't win. We look like trash.
Yeah.
And and it's hard to try to like, you know, man, I'm sitting over here like in the fall, but what is it that they do wrong in a big game? I don't understand it. Like, they have the potential to be able to dominate any game that they play, but I can't wrap my mind around the mistakes that they make.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Well, I don't mean to cut you off, but like, then we compared Tua to Hurts, and then both of y'all said Tua was better than Hurts. We've been gone for a while. Do y'all still agree that Tua is better than Hurts?
I still agree with it.
What? You think so?
Did you watch that Miami Dolphins Casey game?
No, I watched the Miami. I watched the Miami Kansas City, and I watched the Miami when they played against.
See, he was next level in that game.
When Miami played against the Eagles. Right. No, I mean, when they played against the Eagles, Hurts and Tua. And so I was going into that game, though, a lot of people was thinking that Tua was better than Hurts, and Hurts was just basically a game manager. But Hurts, I think, do y'all still feel like that? Hurts is Tua is better than Hurts?
I think Hurts Hurts has been in more situations in his football career.
That sounds like an excuse.
No. But I'm saying I would now rethink that.
Yeah.
Because he was calm and cool, collective in that game.
Hurts was
smooth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't seen pressure. He didn't. To me, he didn't seem like he tried to do more than what he needed to do.
Right.
He managed the game better.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm saying his offense is to me is a lot better than Miami's. Yeah, I think so.
You agree with that? Offense in Philly is
So,
better than
yeah,
Miami?
Philly's off, but it's
Or
I
that's
still
bad?
think still two is better than Hurts.
Yeah.
And if you look at the Cowboys, what you call it, the Cowboys Eagles game,
Mhm.
it wasn't Hurts that won that game.
No.
It was the Cowboys that gave that game away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That Kansas City Miami game, coaching is just the stupidest shit I've seen. You try to get Tyreek Hill the ball so much, you do a screen pass for Tyreek.
Mhm.
Like ain't nobody else gonna see that coming.
Yeah.
And that's how you lose the game.
But yeah, you're right, because I mean Andy Reid, one of the best in the business. You know what I mean? And then
He didn't let his ego get in the way of that
yeah,
game.
well, yeah,
It was an ego thing to me
but yeah,
for Miami because that Tyreek thing, like man said, it was an overkill. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all want to win the game or do y'all want to make Tyreek, you know what I mean?
You want to feature Tyreek.
Right,
Yeah.
against his old team.
Yeah.
And that's what it seemed like to me. It was Tyreek against Kansas
It
City.
was Tyreek going to prove that he's just as good
Right.
in Miami that he was
Yeah.
in KC.
Yeah.
And you do a screen pass behind the line of scrimmage with Tyreek Hill. Everybody, there was people in Italy that knew that play was coming.
Yeah.
And they smashed them, scored a touchdown. Like, you don't make that call. You try to win the game, and you make that call. It's just, I didn't understand. This to me, it was, I want Tyreek Hill to get some touches. So this is the easiest way you can get touches.
Yeah, and a lot of times we see coaches try to make sure their players get touches. That be backfiring on them. You know what I mean? Like you say, all right, I'm gonna make sure you get a certain amount of touches. But it's a team sport, and people think.
And you can't let your ego fry.
Yeah.
See, and that's the whole thing. Because what I was trying to get on before is when you out there offense and you trying to orchestrate with the call come in, you still got to look at what the defense giving you. Right? So just because I have a play, that mean that play gonna work. Right? So my job is to see what the defense presents. Right? So I'm saying in my mind as a quarterback, look, I can't, that play not going, I don't think that play. So you audible out of it. So that's what I'm saying. So when you put yourself in a position, when you put your ego in a place of it, and some of these games that we talked about, like, you know, go back to the Jalen Hurts situation. When he played Miami, I don't think they let their ego get involved. I think they came out and played Philly type style ball and just beat Miami.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On both sides of the ball. Because they did what they needed to do, what they were good at, and it worked for them.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Jalen over two and that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Colorado. What they do, like 3 in a row now, or just 3 games in a row they done lost.
And I ain't surprised at none of them.
It's 4 games in a row. I'm not sure. If it's
I ain't surprised at none.
So do y'all think like Dion and his boastful ways? Do y'all think that like kind of like backfiring on the team and the players and everything?
Oh, he just, you know, he had an agenda, and Dion knew he know what he doing with this whole situation, and he couldn't possibly expect that he wasn't going, you know, lose 4 games back to back. But yeah, I mean, you know, I hope Dion, you know what I mean, keeps it, you know, consistent, because this is how he started out. Just because you lost 4 games, don't stop that whole sideshow thing you got going on and everything. But yeah, his team is still, to me, it's missing some components. The team is definitely missing some components, and he said it himself. There's certain things that he needs. So hopefully he might be able to, you know.
This team is missing some athletes.
True.
That's what this team is missing. Them boys, yo, when you go in and play in USC and UCLA and all them other teams,
They got
them boys is running.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders' son saw that primarily yesterday. Them boys will line up with you and outrun you. When you get to the top 10 Division I teams, you got linemen just as fast as wide receivers in those type of streets.
Yeah.
And Deion found out the hard way that just because you have talent on the field, that doesn't mean the other team don't.
Well, he knew, that's what I'm saying. He knew that. So he just trying to run that whole scam thing that he talked about, you know, from the sideline, because he knew his luck was going to run out eventually. But because he don't have the personnel. He don't have the personnel. So moving forward, you know, it's like, okay, what we doing now? You know what I mean? Because when they played Oregon. That's what Oregon to me exposed the whole situation. You know what I mean? Because they were outmatched, outgunned, and everything. You know, so.
So all right, so he getting exposed like as a coach then, as far as like.
Oh yeah, his whole thing. Like, listen, I mean, and I know him, his team, and his son. He talked about this, the possibility of what it could be. So if you put the hype up there, that's because to me that's what it was. To me, it was just hype. You know what I mean? Because he knew he didn't have the personnel, but he's just trying to ride that train until as long as it could, until it started getting derailed, and that's what's happening now. Yeah. He's being derailed. You know what I mean?
I think his legacy or what he does this year all wait to how he plans for next year. If he's going to be able to get those top recruits to come play for him next year, because everybody knew this year was all rebuilt. And what he did at the beginning, everybody was like, "Oh my God, look, we are doing a great thing and everything." But sooner or later, the real sports people knew that that was going to be great real soon, and he knew. The question is his style going to equate to the younger kids, the younger top 100 freshmen coming out that's coming in, and how many of those recruits he's going to be able to get to come to Colorado? Because let's be honest, his coaching tactics isn't one that a lot of people say, "Hey, I want to go play the Dion."
You don't think so?
Nah, man, it's just you can get a whole lot less coaching for a whole lot more. Like if I'm a top tier, why would I go to Colorado where I know Dion be real strict and tough on me when I can go to Alabama and it might not be that tough, but I'm still guaranteed the same height.
Then you got the legacy of Alabama, somebody that
right.
that's
winning. And believe me, kids look at that like you want me to sit in the front row in every class with a certain tie and carry these things in classrooms, in the classroom. Okay, I understand. That's the way you coach. But I can go to a team that's just more TV exposure and do less of that.
Yeah.
Where I can sit in the classroom and be incognito and chill. Like it's
don't forget the sideshow now, because you got the sideshow too.
Yeah, do the sideshow hurt the recruits? Like certain recruits, like
some of them to me is too much.
Yeah.
You know, because they haven't proven it. Colorado hasn't proven themselves yet.
Well, I mean, to us, because we more mature, that might be too much. But to kids, because remember when Oregon came out with all those different fancy flies and uniforms and stuff like that. The kids just ate it up. Yeah, they generated that thing. Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm just gonna try to keep the PC of this. Colorado needs, first of all, an offensive line.
Absolutely.
Okay? And let's be honest. The great offensive linemen that want to play offensive linemen are our Caucasian kids. Okay? They love the fucking offensive line. You see a black guy play offensive lineman, it's because he got converted from a defensive lineman to an offensive lineman. Okay. I don't see too many Caucasian parents sending their kids to college.
Yeah.
And it's just because, for me, it's one of the hype that Dion is bringing. You know what I'm saying? And why don't I put my kid through this? You know what I'm saying?
Smoking birds.
Huh?
Smoking birds.
Right. And that's just gonna kill Dion coming out the gate. That offensive line. It's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
So especially when you playing the conference they playing in, they need them horses on that offensive line. Yeah. Okay, to be able to push somebody back 4 yards, or be able to hold somebody 2 yards as you pass the ball.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to convert too many black kids to an offensive line.
Yeah.
Because if they're big enough, they want to play defensive line. They want them to go in positions, and that offensive line is not.
Yeah. Well, moving forward, though, man, I think, yeah, you're absolutely right. Moving forward to see if Dion is that coach, he's gonna have to go out there and find that time.
Right.
Because under the rumor mill, his sons might be going into the NFL draft.
This year, at the end of this year.
At the end of this year.
Yeah.
So even with a depleted offensive line that we already know, he's got to get a quarterback. If that rumor mill is true about his boys.
He still got to get a quarterback.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
His son was 1 more year left, and if he don't go out this year, right?
True. Yeah. So, but then you still got to build this offensive line, right? So this is, as far as Dion's legacy as a coach, I didn't expect that to be this season anyway. So moving forward, if Dion wants to be that coach that can, go up against these Michigan's the powerhouse, he's gonna have to get exactly what you're saying, man. But he and I don't know how he's going to do it and which way he's going to have to do it, but he's going to have to find a way to get those linemen over there, whether they're white, black, green, or blue.
Yeah.
He's going to have to do that because he's not going to be able to be no kind of contingency to go against the powerhouse team. It's not going to happen, right? He ain't going to have no running game, right? So, and he's going to be depleted. So, even with the sideshow antics, I mean that's one thing, but my whole thing is just to find young men that want to come over there and play.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, how many guys you think you're gonna get out of the top 100? How many you think you're gonna be able to?
We have to see.
Yeah.
Because like you said, man, I mean, why go over here with the circus, you know what I mean? And I got to do this and classroom and all that, but I can go over here. There's a continued title team that's been there for the last 6-7 years and strap up and go over here and make me an opportunity to get a title. So yeah, Dion got to deal with all of that.
Yeah. So some of those antics or that circus might work against them.
Yes, right. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you giving them the relaxation on the field, but then you expecting them to hold them, which all college teams should hold players, academic wise at a high level. But like man saying, I mean, these guys are trying to get into a situation where they talk about their careers, and you know what I'm saying, and they want a shot at the NFL. And until we can see what he do next season, I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna get just tough.
You got teams like Georgia, Alabama, Michigan. Like, yeah, why would I go over here to Colorado?
I watched Georgia play.
Yes, it did.
They got
In Michigan, I mean, like,
Ohio, your boy Marvin Harris Jr.
Yeah.
That boy, whoa. He might be the first wide receiver to win the Heisman in years.
right.
Yeah.
So,
I just want to see what y'all thoughts were on like what's going on. So, but before you was telling me yesterday about the belt, what was you saying about the belt?
They Crawford. So yeah, Crawford. Yeah, they took Crawford one of his belts from, so he's not unified. I didn't get all the ins and outs with the reason behind that. There's a boxer out in Philly now who I think moves up to being unified. I'm not sure, but that's kind of a strange situation for me with Crawford because I'm like, well, to be unified, that's monumental with boxing.
Right.
So I'm like, why wouldn't you? Because I believe the understanding is that he didn't want to take the fight. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't he take the fight? So I gotta look into more information on that.
it's all about the money.
True, and I don't know whether or not he didn't even want to waste his time with the boxing, right? Because like when we had the discussion about even with Floyd, how he, made strategic moves throughout his boxing career, who he was gonna fight. So maybe Crawford was probably like, man, I ain't worried about this dude, and the boxing commission or whatever, how they did, they like, all right, you don't want to fight him, then we got to proceed forward with the next action, which is to take your belt from him. So
yeah, because like the fighters, if they unify with those belts, right, and they can kind of hold up the process and they picking and choosing who they gonna fight, and they can make a certain amount of money, or you know what I mean, they can control their career like that. But the commission, they want you to fight. So you know what I mean?
Because the boxer coming up from that who wants that slot, you gotta imagine how they feel, because like that's an opportunity for them.
Miss.
Yeah,
you hold it, you kind of belt up.
right.
So
So
you gotta remember, each belt has a number one contender for that belt.
right.
So he has 4 belts. There's 4 people out waiting to fight.
So
Most boxers only fight twice a year, maybe.
right.
Yeah.
So and I think that's what in that contender, like, yeah, he didn't want to fight him. So like you holding that process up.
Right.
So yeah, you come on, we gotta get that up. Because they can't move forward.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it's a good thing for the commission, though, that like you know what I mean, to like split those belts.
True, but I still think Crawford should have just went on here, even though he do had that rematch clause with Earl. You know, I still think he should have just went on here and made that fight happen.
Yeah.
But see, but you gotta look at it this way. So let's say he made $10 million in that fight, yeah. But the rematch he'd have made $30 million.
But that's what Earl said.
Yeah, let's say he'll make $30 million on the rematch. That's when you focus on. You focus on the $10 million.
Yeah.
Focus on that $30
But
million.
right,
Because you know you only fight
right.
twice.
But that's what I'm saying. So I don't know when that fight was supposed to take place. Like, is it?
But see,
Because
you always fight the 30 before you fight the 10.
Yeah.
Because you fight the 10, you get beat. The 30 is not negative.
It's not on the table.
Right, it's not on the table.
so that's probably, but it had to be money then.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Box.
It had to be-
Yeah.
Can it be a compromise to that then? Because they know you want to make, but if you had a belt, so are they trying to get him to fight the number one contender, or he was trying to get around the number? Then the money should be on the table.
But all boxing matches aren't carrying the same money.
Right, because based on who he was.
Yeah.
So, and I think, and now that we talk about it, I think more Crawford was like, he ain't benefiting from that fight.
Right.
So it's like, why should I waste my time?
Yeah,
You know what I
got
mean?
10, it's like, yo, I'm giving $10 million.
Right,
And then the other boxing division, like, yo, we try to just fight for $30 million.
right,
Don't take that $10 million.
right,
But we're still trying to negotiate this $30
Right.
million.
right. So I think that's what that make more sense to me now.
So is that, but like, is that big fight, is that still on the table, or because they split?
No, the big fight is still on the table.
Oh,
Right.
The big fight is still, because you got to remember, the company that pulled the belt, not necessarily winning in that big fight.
Right.
That's why they want their champion to fight on a separate card.
Yeah.
Right. And then to schedule another fight.
Right.
So yeah, so he probably was like, man, I'm going over here, take that. This fight, you know what I mean? Look, y'all do what y'all gotta do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what about so like, do y'all think it was best like when Ali and back in those days, all those dudes just go up and down and they could fight everybody, up and down the charts and stuff like that. And then by the time and Sugar Ray was probably like that, and Mike Tyson was like that. Then by the time you get to Floyd kind of like, you know what I mean, he maxed out his own thing.
Because boxing at Floyd's level began to make millionaires.
Mhm.
And that's a whole different subject when you're boxing. See, Tyson and all of them, they had to do all those fights to accumulate that money.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas though Floyd, he'll do one fight and get just as much money as Muhammad Ali made in his whole career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why you get the dynamics of 2 fights a year. Like
Right.
2 fights a year, get $35 million for each fight. That's $70 million a year. Where else am I going to make $70 million a year?
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Whereas go back in the day, George Foreman, shit. Did he even make $70 million on us? Did he even make $30 million? Oh,
Yeah.
you know, they get $100,000 to fight and be good with it. But then that's $100,000, you got to pay everybody else. And then that $100,000 they only equate to maybe $30,000. So then you take another fight the next month or the next 2 months. So that's where the boxing dynamics change because the money changed boxing.
Right. Yeah. And Roy Jones made a comment about that. It's like, yeah, he was like, actually, Floyd kind of took away from boxing.
Oh, okay.
Because he generated too much money, you know. So it's like now what we do with the other boxers coming up behind him, like, so the narrative is now, you know, are we in it for boxing or are we in it for these super large deals, these deals? So because back in the day, like you look at like dudes like Chavez and Roberto Duran and all them dudes fought 1,000 daggone fights. You know what I'm saying? 100 fights, yeah, they was brutal. You know, and you ain't make nowhere near the bread they making like they making that.
Right. So like Boy Tank, I don't think he's gonna get the 50 fights.
Right.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think Tank's gonna get the 50 fights.
Why you don't think Tank will?
Because the way,
Style.
no, just the way boxing is. He's gonna fight maybe once or twice a year, and he's only gonna have maybe 5 to 7 year career.
Yeah.
Because Tank is out there doing some dumb shit for a check. You know what I'm saying? So that even escalates even more of how fast his career is gonna go.
Yeah.
So I mean, the boxing, the state of boxing to me is, how can I say this? It is fluctuating just because the boxing is being downgraded now because of the USC, and the paydays in boxing are so great. The good boxers don't fight.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They wait for that big payday.
Yeah. Yeah. What you got for today?
Well,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Okay, you
Sorry,
got
did you get my text message?
No, it's not my
Sorry, I'm gonna try.
It's all good. Yeah.
Did somebody say take my seat? No, I'm just messing with Genesis.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good though. But yeah, so the thing with boxing though, if it's all about the money, then
Matches.
yeah. 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 The money, so it's all about the money, and the commission. What the commission trying to do is encourage those fighters to fight more often. Right.
Right, and
Yeah.
see, that's the thing.
The
You know what I'm
commission
saying?
makes money off that.
They,
fight.
right, they
Fight,
get,
fight.
right.
Yeah.
So look at back to profit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And get
What
more,
we talking about?
Boxing.
Boxing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So we get back to profit situation and be able to figure out what that whole, all, the ins and outs with that.
Yeah.
But you know,
All right, that's cool. So all right, we're gonna switch gears now, and we're gonna go into sports golf.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna wait till the last two of the juice.
Is your mic?
Can you hear me? No? Is it on?
No, you're not.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start off with the less juicy stuff. So the football coach of Ole Miss kicked one of his students off of the team because he took a 2-week mental health break.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't notify the coach.
Yeah.
So do you think the coach justified? Me personally,
Mhm.
I feel like the coach justified. That's just like if you, it's just like if you had a job, no call, no show, you gotta go. And I'm not saying that he didn't deserve the 2 weeks, because everyone needs a mental health break. When you need a mental health break, you need a mental health break. And I do understand that when you do have mental health, you're not really thinking about everyone that you should notify, but when you have commitments to certain things, that's something that you gotta do.
Yeah.
You might not do it on the first day, but definitely it's nothing to shoot off the text. So he's the coach. So he's suing the school, Ole Miss.
Yeah. I forgot. I did hear about that. And like then the kid, like he taped or recorded like the meeting he had.
Here we go again with the reporters.
Yeah. 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 So like, man, what do you think about that though? Like, you think the kid was?
He's justifiably wrong.
Yeah, he missed this.
I mean, if you knew that something mentally was going on with you, and you knew you had to take a break, somebody in your family knew that you were taking that break. Okay, so somebody need to notify everybody that needed it,
Yeah.
and they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So it's just like a job. If you don't come, the position is gone.
Yeah.
You take up the space for somebody else.
Yeah. But what they didn't do though, all right, he still kept his scholarship. His scholarship was still intact. He just was off the, you know what I mean? He just was away from the team.
But
But he still was going to class.
But I thought, I'm sorry, that's cut you off. Sorry, that's Starbucks talking. I thought that, was he on there on sports scholarship? Because I thought if you're on a sports scholarship, if you're not on the team, you gotta go. You gotta pay for your admission.
Yeah.
So was he there on a regular scholarship or?
I'm not sure what his scholarship was. I know that like he still was under scholarship though, because they brought out the fact that he was suing. He sued for like $10 million.
So what are you suing for?
right? What are you suing?
I don't know.
I didn't say that,
like
but basically for getting kicked off.
discrimination, and then something about the fact that he like the coach was insensitive to his mental health needs.
See, that's the problem with the world today. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
But here's the thing. This is what's confusing me. Like this mental illness, like, so this is kind of something not new, but I don't know if the schools or the programs understand what their responsibility is to do in this case, in this situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, all right, so what are we supposed to do?
yeah, I was saying, what is their responsibility?
Right, what are we supposed to do? Because like you still like let's say under a contract with us. And you know what I mean? This is a job we need you to do. You know what I mean? So now you didn't notify us that you had an issue. So what we supposed to do?
Yeah.
We can't just sit here around here and fiddle our thumbs. Like at the end of the day, you didn't let us know. So
he's suing because the school isn't.
right, but how is it their fault? You didn't tell us nothing.
And to me, with the recording on the phone, it really just sounds like a setup for like he kind of
Right,
didn't
like
want.
you trying to get a bag.
He probably didn't even want. He probably wanted to get kicked off the team, so he just used that as an excuse because I'd have been half dead, COVID, can't even breathe. I'm gonna send that text out because that's my bag. That's my commitment. Let me give you time enough to bring in substitutions, to plan ahead. You can't just be a part of a team that's dependent on you because it's a team effort.
Right.
It's sports. So one person missing it, we don't know. You just disappear for 2 weeks and just think it's supposed to be all sunshine. No, bro, you guys hit the road. So I don't think that he's gonna win that lawsuit.
No, 10 million.
But it's just something that's telling me that it was set up by him recording the coach.
Right, like this was an agenda. Like he premeditated this whole process.
What are you recording a conversation between you and your coach? What are you recording it for?
Right.
It was kind of like you're stirring the pot on purpose because you wanted to get kicked off. And if that's the case, get kicked off. But you know what? Like I said, it might have been a sports scholarship and he wanted a way out of that contract to still be able to go to the school but not play. Well, just say that and find out a different way because you can't have it your way. That's the problem with these new millennials. You know what I'm saying? They want their cake and eat it too. No, it doesn't work that way.
So now, from the college football standpoint, now they got to investigate this, and they got to look into other players trying to pull this same, scenario. So that's what I'm saying. Like $10 million.
I think he's gonna win, and I think he knows that. Thinking more the subject is what can I get out of school?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
but
Or can I understand school? And another thing too, that's not fair to the coach because these colleges quickly, lawsuit, you got to go.
Right.
Sensitive, clearly what we've been talking about lately, how the coaches and how the colleges just they don't want any bad rap on their name, so they're just kicking, coaches in the curb.
Ole Miss, right? Yeah. And so the coach at Ole Miss, though, I think he got enough cachet and equity in it that they really not going. Yeah. They not really going to really come down. I don't think he in danger. I think the kid just miscalculated.
No, I think it was a come up. I think he trying to. I think he was trying to do
2 weeks is not miscalculated.
No.
First couple of days,
I
miss you at practice. That makes it 2 weeks.
If it's 2 weeks, you better be in my cycle.
Hello.
Right.
And even then, your mother, your father, somebody's gonna reach out.
And they need to look at his grade point.
They need to look at that. But they need to look at that Instagram, see what he was doing, watching the live. He probably was out partying. And what is it? Homecoming game. Do you miss homecoming? Come on, man.
If he does take it to court and they do win, not a lawyer, they want to that's going to set a precedent for all these other jobs.
That's what I was
can sit back and be like, you know what? Yeah, I took 2 weeks off, but I had a mental breakdown, and you fired me. I want $8 million.
Right.
This dude got 10.
Right. You opening a floodgate up for something that's crazy. Like, I mean, come on.
It's a cold world out there. It's people getting fired left and right. They don't care about mental health. You could be having a baby on the way. I was just.
Yeah, but how even still, like, how you come up with 10 million though? Like,
discrimination.
5 for you, 5 for your lawyer.
Getting kicked out of school for being greedy and for just having a long plot twist. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. If you want to get into the juicy. Let's talk about this Dwight Howard situation, man.
Oh, man.
First of all, I don't have the pictures with me, but the young man that reported him, that is alleging the assault, handsome young man, cute, whatever, however you want to call it, I'm not homophobic or whatever. He said that it was consensual between him and Dwight Howard. He had no problem. He said Dwight Howard then wanted to have a threesome. So mind you, the boy never said nothing. He didn't come out because he wasn't in it for the money. He just was like talking about it. He said, man, I was skeptical because he just threw it on me while I was there while we were hanging out. He said he invited this transgender with a 28-piece church with I think her name was Kitty. No offense to Kitty, but it wasn't to his liking. And he has that right to be like, yo, that's just like if I'm having a threesome with my dude. First of all, we're discussing it. We can chose to grow up together ahead of time. We're not about to just be hanging out and you're like, oh, by the way, I got a chick coming over, But he was still like, okay. He said the lady came, y'all. Sis, you think you can find a picture of her? Kitty.
Oh, Kitty.
Kitty, the one.
So he didn't approve of.
Look, dude, I wouldn't approve. I would have got a. He said.
But he was approving of the.
Don't you know? He was approving of Dwight Howard and him just hanging out. Dwight Howard then said, "Hey, I have some somebody coming over, which happened to be a transgender. So the boy saw her and was like, yo, I don't want no parts of this. You know, that wasn't his time, that was his cup of tea. He said the white power then just forced itself on him and kind of like was like, this is what you're gonna do. And that's what the whole thing is about. And I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. I'm tired of seeing these scenes where he's grabbing up. Did y'all see that scene where he's grabbing? That ain't no accident.
I mean, yeah.
He looks like he's a bully. He's a big dude. And the little boy's frail. I say little boy, I don't mean to call him a little boy because he's very young.
Right.
But he was just so tiny little thing.
Yeah.
And you gonna like he said, 28-piece church wig. Come on,
Hey,
man.
I don't wait for 28.
But then we gotta look at it. Probably he had to go with something that was agreeance to the situation with the white.
No, but he said he told him he didn't want no part of it. The white still.
No, but I'm thinking with the transgender, the white probably already dealt with it.
Big.
That's what I'm saying.
But let's get to the bottom of that. Let's push that to the side for a second. You're gay, and that's fine. Living your truth. He doing all these interviews, getting upset, getting offended because people are asking him, you know, are you gay? I feel like he's like, that's none of your business. It is people's business because you may not be homophobic, but you may not want to be around that type of stuff. Your teammates they're naked. They're you know what I'm saying? We have to share a locker room. I may not want to be around that, but doesn't mean I'm homophobic. I just want to have the right to respect it or reject it. Give me that right. And from his demeanor and the way that he's been moving around, I believe it. And because the boy's not asking, let me stop calling him the boy, because I don't know what his name is.
Young man.
Yeah, the young man. Yeah, we'll go young man. The young man's not asking for any money. He's not trying to get anything out of it. He's just basically saying, look, I wasn't going to speak on this, but this is my truth and this is what happened to me, and I believe it.
So the guy is not suing the White House.
No, he's not suing at all. He just basically was like, his statement was, I'm not even gonna. He's like, I wasn't even gonna speak on it.
Yeah.
He said, but you know, it just came to a head. And so he posted a picture of the lady. And I know you lying.
So
I know you lying.
I mean, because I'm going back to the day, like in Hollywood, and all that kind of stuff. Like it's out there. Like it's no denying that, you know, these things is going on. So what's confusing to me is
there was roasting in the comments.
right. The White House, like you said about the interviews. Why are you getting upset? Like in today's world, we in the times we in now. What you're doing in the right, and I understand that, but that didn't affect his career before.
But he didn't say anything.
No, but I'm saying his aggression, because he's always been like that. Far as when you ask him questions and stuff, and he try to be.
Yeah, but
I mean, he got baby mama.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
the conversation is
Wow.
it's
Fine, baby.
Right. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Gay in sports.
No, okay, but that's what I'm saying. I get that, but why carry on? Because see, once they see the body language and the negativity, they're gonna feed off of it. So just go ahead with the, you know what I mean? Like, okay, it is what it
He's
is.
trying to play basketball. If he admits that he's gay,
I don't think you can get kicked out from the league.
No.
you can't. No, you can't.
Right.
Nobody see you get kicked out of the league.
So there's no point in saying that. So
But the prejudice can be there.
it's already there.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. So people can be like, okay, like he don't have a team right now. He tried out for Golden State. Golden State dropped. Okay. Now, can you imagine the drama of him being gay? How much Golden State would be like, nah, we don't want that in our locker.
I mean, but
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not. We here. I need a basketball player. I'm not caring too much about what you. I mean, because some of that stuff you bring, you know, unnecessary. Right,
In sports at all, but you're
right. But that's what I'm saying. But this day and age now, it's not kind of like it's not.
I feel like he would do better off. He would be better off living in his truth because the
Right.
LGBTQ
Just-
community is so big and supportive.
Like, just go ahead and be like, okay, it is what it is.
Instead of having this image as a bully, because okay, I'm gonna speak on one more thing. Just from me reading the room when he grabbed on that young man's private parts and then touched me, that man was genuinely scared.
Yeah, on the basketball, he did it on the side.
He stuffed it up.
Yeah.
But you see how he had his hand on his knee?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I read body language. I have a psychology degree. That young man was scared, and it looked like they had some prior dealings, honestly, because you're not just gonna let some man grab on your Johnson like that, and then
On TV.
on TV. And so it's like I believe it when he said he forced, because Dwight Howard's a big guy. It doesn't take much to force yourself on somebody.
So it was like he was a predator, that, like, you know.
More or
Like,
less. That's the way I felt. It was creepy. It was creepy.
I feel like he's a predator because from what the testimony from the young man and from how he did, and that's just one of the many, but that one was, I was like, I know you're lying. The way he grabbed, and he grabbed the whole handful too, and he didn't try to hide it. He thought he was slick, but the camera caught it, and it's just like, if you're not a predator, right, and you want to clean your name and live in you're better off living in your truth, because the image that we're getting is that you're a predator and you're forcing it. And I'm gonna go back to the comments. They was eating him up in the comments. They said out of all these, because it's a bad transgender women out there now. Hey, I don't have to agree with that. It's a bad transgender women. And they was like, out of all of them, that's who you chose to pull up to your house. They said if they was a young man, they would have been like, heck no, too.
Yeah, I never saw the picture of that person.
I don't want to mention names, but like, you know, I mentioned like Eddie, you know, James Worth, stuff been going on, like, it's you know what I mean, Mike?
So Eddie, I mean, yeah, I know Eddie had an issue. They said.
And James Worth too.
Oh, I know James Worth.
Like, but they, you know, they be passing around the same one. They run a circuit with it. But here's the thing. Those folks, they manage that, you know, whatever the PR they got to do for the career thing. So I mean, what are you? This would really bothering me. If this is what you are, this is what you do. Why are you acting out like, I don't get it? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
With those other people though, they just let those allegations just die.
That's it. And yeah, you ain't getting no press conference, you none of that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, with today's age, way social media is, you're gonna get fur tore off. But the White House has always been suspect to me. And then I kept seeing things, and I was connecting the dots on my own. I ain't, you know what I mean? Like, it this just further, it confirmed it for me. You know, and this young man was probably taken advantage of, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like, I still don't understand why he would even put it out there, because if he's not looking for anything, like, why?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, the guy, like, he not trying to capitalize, like,
all this
opportunity. But I'm not encouraging him to do that, but it just seems like.
But that's what they normally do. It's an agenda.
There's no ulterior motive.
Right, that's what's strange to me. That's my biggest issue, is like, well, why would you put this out there and you're not getting nothing?
And he was the one that posted the picture of the transgender woman that was invited over. And he said that the White House didn't allow him to catch a phone. He made him ride home with the transgender woman, which led him to believe that they had been hanging out prior to him. And so he posted the picture just so that everybody could understand where his non-consent came from.
So that's what I like to what I'm saying. So back to what I'm saying. Why are you acting like an asshole? Like, at the end of the day, the young man said no. So, you know, just so I don't have this blow up in my face like it just did. All right, you know what I mean? Let's go and move forward. Do what we're gonna do. You ready to go home?
That's
all right.
That's what he does, and that's probably what he gets a kick out of. Come on now, ain't no way in your mind, Dwight Howard, you felt that that young man was going to be okay with the person you invited. So it probably was kind of like what he wanted.
Testing them or something?
Not even testing them. That's what you kind of wanted, the rejection, because sometimes a lot of the assault, it don't be about the sex, it be about the power. You know, just
and
like
that's what it sounds like.
And that's exactly.
But to tell him to go catch a ride with the transgender is like, why I gotta do that?
And why do you just force yourself on me?
Yeah, right. So it's right. It's like he's being punished.
Right. So like I said, it's a lot about power. And like I said, the body language from that young other NBA player that day. Because come on now, that's just like, if he would have done that to LeBron, let me use that as an example. Yeah. LeBron bounced up like, bro, what's going on? Like, you know, the way that he saw it was him and straightened up and got his back together because he was scared.
Right, but see, and to go back into that, he was scared, but I think that was something that Dwight did behind the scenes to him a lot, like even in the locker room.
Yeah, no,
like he touched him, you
right,
know,
that's my point.
And he wanted to put him under the pressure.
Yeah, and that's my point.
Control.
The control,
that's
the
what
power. Because there's a lot of people that are into that. They like the control.
Yeah.
They don't want someone that's willing.
Yeah.
That's boring to them.
Yeah.
And you know, it's sad and it's sick, but it's like that's probably another reason why he's not coming out in his truth, because it's 2023. We're going into 2024. There's no reason for you to not live in your truth.
Right.
Because at this point, it's already out there. And then it's like you keep taking all these interviews, but you don't want to answer the question. You know they're going to ask you
You
that.
know that's my,
You
that's
know
it.
for a fact.
You know they're going to ask
He
that.
want to beat the interview up. Why
Right.
is this what
Yeah.
to talk about? Yeah, because we want to know why everybody want to be in my business, because we know what's going on, and you just need to live in your truth. Let these women go on about their life and do what you want to do, but it's not about him doing what he wants to do, because he wants to force it on people. He doesn't want it to
Because it
be
was
peaches
forced
and
on
cream.
him.
Exactly. He don't want it to be peaches and cream.
Is it this charges being filed though against Dwight?
I don't think there's no active charges being filed against the wife,
Okay.
because it's like there's it's kind of just like allegations at this point. I will look into some more to give you guys an update, but yeah, it just more and more stuff just keeps coming out, and it's just like, this is crazy.
What y'all think though? What y'all think he got to do to, like, if he wants the situation to go away, just stop talking about it?
I don't
Yeah.
think it's ever gonna go away.
No, but I wouldn't. He said he did too much as it is
And
already.
he's not gonna stop.
Right,
He's
and
not gonna
I think moving forward, we just need not even give it no energy, because it's foolishness to me. And this is something that this guy has been doing behind the scenes to other ball players, to other whoever. This is who it is. This is who he is. So I mean, until somebody set fire to him, because that's the only way I think this going, put a halt to all of that. Somebody got set fire to him, either sue him, put your hands on him, or do something. Because it seemed like to me he's looking for that.
That's what he wants.
He looking for that, somebody to be rebellious, because it is all control. That's all it's saying.
Sounds like he likes to poke the bear.
Yeah, so yeah, he's on some control stuff and manipulation and all of that. So yeah, but that's unfortunate. I would go get a lawyer and just sue him, and yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought that.
But then the guys, they might have a relationship where he kind of might like the White House. That's probably why he not suing. So it's layers to this, and then later on maybe find some more.
Yeah, because he liked him, that's probably why he had the other person come to stir the pot, because that's not what he's into. And you can see it's very clear. It's just like,
And he probably take him to another level of control.
exactly.
I need you to do this for me.
Yeah.
And the guy was
And
like,
he was, I mean, like he said, he was like iffy about it, because he was like, this is not something that you just pop up on somebody like, oh, by the way, we're gonna have a threesome, because this wasn't his first dealing with the White House. They have been
no,
hanging
that's
out.
what I'm saying.
So he was just like, why would you just
Because the
come
control,
and
testing his loyalty to see what he's going to do for him.
And he was like, I don't want to be a part of that. And so he was like, if y'all think I'm lying, I'll post a picture of who I'm talking about. And everybody in the comments was like, yo, I would have got up out of there too. But he was like, before he could even get himself together to leave, the wife forced herself home and had made it happen. And then didn't even allow the young man, he said he wouldn't even allow me to go home in the Uber. He made me ride with her back home. They were like, wow, how could somebody make it? The White Howard is huge.
It sounds like
You
a
scared
skit, though. It's just because, I mean, and the White Howard, I mean, he's well aware of what social media and the platforms out there. Why would you want this to get out there? You know what I'm saying? Like, your actions is not, it wasn't thought out to me. Like, it's more like emotions was involved in this, and it's a lot to this. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we get some more stuff on this for
sometimes
in the
people do stuff
future.
because they secretly, subconsciously want to get caught.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, because it's just weird. Like, why you gotta send him in the Uber with the transgender? Like, I mean, but why is he being punished? You know what I'm saying? So like, it's more to this to me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that was just crazy for me. That was just, and then just an update as far as got this man's name, the one who killed his mother.
The football player.
Yeah, football player.
I forgot his name too. Yeah, I forgot.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, they're trying to say, so a specialist came in and said it very much could have been CTE.
oh, here we go.
Because, but then there's people that are like, there's plenty of players that have CTE,
Yes.
and they're not out there killing their mother.
Yes.
It's there we go. But I feel like they're different levels. You can't compare what one person had to what the other person had. But I don't know. So, but there is someone that came in and said that those were signs of CTE. The way that he was partying like nothing happened, and the hallucinated, and blaming it on the feds, and all these things. So I'll definitely keep following the story right now. But because the psych said that he doesn't feel like Sergio is competent to stand trial. But the fans are like, no, we're not going for that.
I don't think he don't look like he was competent to me. He do look like he off. And this the fact that like somebody killed their mother and
Partying in Mexico. And then the way when they apprehended him on the plane, he's like, they're kidnapping me.
Yeah.
You know, it is really sad. But and if it's not CTE, it's some type of mental health issue. But you got to pay. I mean, it's just sad when. But they did say the mother was trying to help him because he was showing signs, and that's why they were living together. Apparently, because she was trying to help him. But sometimes when it's situations like that, y'all gotta just go seek professional help because the family members are the ones that get attacked first because they're the closest to you. They have access to you, and if you see signs like that, you gotta get professional help. Get them evaluation. Get them, you know what I'm saying, some real help because love and care is not going to cure them. But there's a chemical imbalance here.
Yeah, that's true. Because Corey, you remember Bison Dele? Remember him? Man, you remember Bison Dele? Brian Williams, when he was at Maryland. Yeah, he wound up. Him and his brother had they had mental issues and stuff like that, and they wound up. You know how they wound up. Like he wound up killing his brother. So
we never they never really confirmed that.
Right.
Yeah, but from the transaction of the money and then this trip that they took. Yeah, and they was just trying to connect the dots, but we never found out. We never found the body either. It's a basketball player. He played for Chicago Bulls later on too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, did y'all hear about the Raiders? I see my phone. I think his name is DJ. He played for the Raiders. He was just in a crash. Him and 6 others.
Oh
died
that's right.
Raiders. His name is DJ. He's a piece of crap. He used to play for the Raiders. He died. He died.
There's a couple other people in there.
Yeah, they said 6. It was 6 people.
Yeah, that was a tragedy.
Just recently happened.
Just last night. Last night.
Y'all had to do some research.
Yeah, I'm not. I just briefly saw that, and I'm like, that's sad.
It was even Friday or last night.
Yeah.
Last night.
Okay.
No, they confirmed it was him last night, but I think it had been Saturday night.
Okay. Yeah.
People Saturday night they was probably out in Houston.
Yes, and the car just destroyed.
But they said those freeways are known for pileups.
Oh, wow.
People,
Yeah. All right. I think we had another good show.
Yeah, we did.
We had another good show. So make sure y'all like and subscribe. Go to urbanplatformfashion.com. Try to get you a t-shirt, short sleeve t-shirts. We got long sleeve t-shirts. We got hoodies. We got socks. And just make sure to go there. Check out our merchandise. I don't have on the hoodie today. I got on my daughter's alma mater. She went to Virginia State. So that's what I'm sporting today. Man, Corey got the Ravens. We on
It is what it is.
We on the winning streak.
Yeah.
We on our way to the Super Bowl.
Do or die. And my co-host voice went out talking about my Ravens. And because you're running your mouth too much about the Ravens. So better luck next week, man.
That's that heater.
Yeah. Oh, that's that negative hit. You know what I mean?
So make sure y'all continue to support the site, and don't forget that we do live shows every Saturday and Sunday. So y'all check us out next Saturday, and Saturday it'll be celebrity gossip. Sunday is sports and sports gossip. So with that being said, we appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all next weekend.
Go Ravens.
Yeah.